Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to bring a photo into Illustrator and use it. I'm particularly showing you guys how to set it up for your Insta stories because I did a little quick tutorial on putting type and setting up your artboard for Insta stories if that's something that you're trying to do. So if you are looking for all the free stuff on Illustrator to get yourself really set as a designer or as a business person, you can join my courses VIP that is at karinagardner.com, and you can click on exclusive VIP, and every week I send out freebies, PDFs, all the good stuff to get you where you need to go. All right, so what I have up right now is a tutorial I just recently did. So if you want to go find this, I think you could search under my YouTube Instastory simple Instastory setup in Illustrator. So what I want to do is I want to add a photo to this. So what Illustrator does is it brings things into Illustrator at the size you've set them at in Photoshop. So if you have a photo and it's 300 DPI, so it's high resolution, when you bring it into Illustrator, it will be 300 DPI. It's just like Photoshop. If you try to stretch it or make it bigger, it will pixelate. If you make it smaller, it will keep all those pixels there. So it doesn't do you service to do either one of those things in Illustrator. What I am going to show you is just to bring it in and you keep it the same size it is, or I'm going to show you how you can make it smaller and it's okay. Okay, so go to File and then Open, and you're going to navigate to wherever you have a photo. So I've got one here since we're doing for Mini Loom. Now you can see that this is huge. You can see this is the iPhone size and here's my photo size. That's not a big deal if you want to export it that way, but I don't. I want mine to be smaller. Now you can do two things. One, since it's bigger, you can make it smaller. You can keep all the pixels there. It's going to be a heavier document, and that's okay if you want to do it that way. The other thing you can do is take it back into Photoshop and correct the size. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to open up my Photoshop, do a File, Open, and I'm going to open up that photo. So let's go ahead, let's do the image sizing, and I am kind of just guessing because I don't actually know the pixel size on the iPhone X. I could go look it up, but I've been lazy and haven't done that. So I'm going to take off this resample image, let's change it back to 300 again, and let's just change this to, we'll just say an 8, because part of the reason it was probably showing up so big was because it was 72 DPI. So push OK, do a File, Save, and let's come over here, do File, Open in Illustrator. Let's open it up and take a peek. Okay, that's a better size. And the truth is, now that I'm seeing it, that full size that was at 300, the 9x9, is probably going to fit actually the best. So guess what? We're just going to go take a look in Photoshop and go to Open, go to Image Size, and we'll just take that resample off and just change it to 300, and it's going to be a 9.9 square. And we're going to save that. And guess what? That's not a big deal to save because all we've done is change it from 72 DPI to 300. 72 is web ready, which is fine if you are just going to use it on Insta Stories. I find that I tend to use things on not just Insta Stories, but lots of other places, so I end up using high resolution. All right, coming back to Illustrator, go to File, Open, and I'm going to reopen that JPEG. And I'm now going to select it and do an edit copy on it, come to my original document and do an edit paste. Okay, and so now I maybe will just rearrange a few things. The other thing I want to show you is that you can use the eyedropper tool to change your background color so that it goes well with whatever color you've got going on in here. Now granted, it's pretty close, but if I wanted to make it really close, come over to your eyedropper and click on that book or whatever you want to change the color to, and you can get a color from the book. Now, because that yellow is a pretty dark yellow, and I don't really love it against the background, I am going to add a white box behind this. So come over to your rectangle tool And all I'm going to do is kind of come up a little bit past this square. And I do know it's a square, so I can hold down my shift key and come in the best I can to measure it. And I let go of it. And now I'm going to double click on my fill and change my color to white. So use your color picker, come all the way up into the top corner and push OK. All right, now one of the problems is, of course, it is covering the picture. So we're going to select the, the square, which already is selected on. Hold down your shift key and select the stroke and the background color. Okay, so you've selected those three things, and go to Object, Arrange, Send to the Back. And there it is. There's your photo up front. Okay. Now, if you want to align these, which you do, select on your photo, hold down your shift key, and also select on the rectangle behind it. Go to Window, Align, and you are going to horizontally align it to the center. Now, one thing I forgot about is I think my align is set to the artboard. So you saw that the whole thing moved over and it aligned center, which is a good thing. But now I want it just to align to selection, and I'm going to center align it. And this vertical center align will just be for the photo and the background frame. So I'm going to do that, and now it should be completely centered. Okay, follow the instructions in my previous video on how to set this thing up, and that will show you how to export it into a JPEG so that you can use it for Instastories, and then you can drop it, airdrop it to yourself on your phone, or use, there's so many tools out there for setting up your Instastories. But the nice thing is then you could make a whole bunch of these, have them all just ready to go, and set it up in whatever you're planning, if you're using Hootsuite or Planoly or whatever. And so it's all ready to go, and then you're not making things on the fly or trying to make things directly in Instastories. Okay, you guys, I hope you join me for some more awesome tutorials in Illustrator so that you can learn how to make all your own stuff. And also make sure you go and check out my courses VIP group. There's also a free Illustrator course on my website that you can join for free. It's just to get you where you need to go to become a designer. And you can just go find that at karinagardner.com. Okay, see you guys.